West Side Story.
Greetings and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a while since I did any videos. That's for a couple of really good reasons. One is we had a hurricane here and a lot of really wonderful things happened to our city and our area and my garden and the yard and our lives in general. Those things tend to put a damper on creative endeavors like YouTube videos. The other thing is, right after the storm, I had a bout of diverticulitis, and I don't know if you are familiar with that, but it's very painful and kind of takes it out of you for a while. So I'm just now starting to get back to normal physically after that. So I've started to work on the garden again, which is in wonderful disrepair. And I figured, I might as well show what it looks like, show the bad with the good, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. It looks terrible to me because I haven't had a chance or the ability to work on it for at least a month. And so there's lots of weeds. Some things are broken because of the hurricane. But there is some positive growth here. There's some actually really wonderful things in the garden that I just have to clean around to get to, right? So what I'm going to do now is get my garden ready for the winter, and I'm going to grow winter crops. I'm going to grow some turnips. I'm going to grow several kinds of kale, things like that, and hopefully some of the things that I've planted will survive that are more tropical. We'll find out. We're like 9A, sort of, maybe 8B in this area. Some things that you look at say that we're in 9A, and some things that you look at we're in zone 8B. So I know that some people here in Pensacola, which I'm on the north side of Pensacola. See, those zones can be actually very localized, right? But I know some people here grow some 9A stuff, or 9B even stuff, bananas and things like that, and various things like longevity spinach and all that. They get great big things. But we're just like a couple of miles north of there, and that might affect us. So anyway, we're gonna find out, because all that stuff I've planted is growing and going well. My roselle is coming up very well. My ginger, my turmeric is coming up. Really was beautiful. So I've got lots of things that are going well, but then there's a whole lot of things that need to be transitioned out, things that are affected by the storm and by neglect. So I'm redoing these beds, and I will show you some of the things I've done there. Starting with this one right here with the ginger and turmeric bed. I don't know if I can take this guy off of here. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. So you can see I've already redone this bed. I put some azomite in there. This is the stuff. It's really, I don't know if you can see that well. Azomite. It's got a whole bunch of different trace minerals, and I put some really good compost in there that's locally done as a top dressing. And you can see right here I've got ginger going. It's coming up really nicely, and over there, of course, is my gigantic turmeric that's growing new little plants in there. It's doing good stuff. So I'm going to do a little garden tour, quick garden tour. So you can see my potted basils are looking, they've gone to seed. My mint is looking really well right here. This is oregano. I'm going to try and keep this camera steady. That's potted roselles, right? They're looking really, really good. You can see, let me get up here close on these guys. You can see some of the calyx. See the calyces in there. See those guys? That's when they get a little bit bigger. That's what you make the tea out of. As you can see over here, some of my tomatillos, they all started to make the fruits, right? The little tomatillos on there. A lot of them have worms and things like that in there. So, one thing that I was having problem with growing in the heat, which is not supposed to be a problem in the heat, was my various spinaches, which I'm blanking on the name of right now. But these guys started coming up really well. I've got a pineapple back there in a pot that's going well. And this is Egyptian spinach here. It's actually pretty excellent. It's doing well. It's in a pot. I've got some more over there in the ground. I've got some more. Another pineapple's doing well. So you can see all the weeds in there. My gingers are coming up well. There's another turmeric back there. These guys should have gone on the ground. Those are sugar canes. They sort of were stunted. I planted a quick bunch of radishes. You can see they're doing pretty well. Then look, this is the time of the year in our part of the world where Biden's Alba just goes crazy. But one thing that I've learned is that my rabbits love them. They just love them. Then behind them, you can see this wasn't rattlesnake beans last time you saw it, but it's got a nice crop of rattlesnake beans. They're the most impressive beans that I've ever seen. Then this is one of those the one gourd that I got to go, which is like a cucumber, but it's actually a gourd. You use it like a cucumber. Nam Tao Yao, I think is what it's called, but or also calabash. All of my okras have gone to seed. I've already harvested some okra seeds, and I say some, I mean 1,000. Literally 1,000. All my peppers are looking terrible. But look at this. These are all broken down from the storm, but look at that. It broke down from the storm. It's growing stuff up, and it's got little bitty okras on it right there. Some more okras. Here's a fresh one right here. Okay, so my property is so wet in here. It's so very wet. And that's another problem. You can see right below my garden, it's just been impossible to do anything in here because it's so very wet. Underneath my feet it's squishy. But look here. Look at that beautiful okra in October. And then the storm took out my big beautiful bean trellis there. And I've got a few peppers in here. And I harvested a bunch of these bean pods, these dried pods for seed. You can see, let me see. Let's see if I can stop this for a second. Okay. See these beautiful, these guys are dried right there on the vine. And I've got tons and tons of those rattlesnake beans that I'll have for free next year, which is great. My pigeon peas are doing very well. But they're knocked over by the storm. But you see, they just start growing straight up from the edge. This is a chop and drop thing anyway. Again, this is my hot pepper bed. And here is one of my tomatillos. Let me see. I can feel there's a tiny little tomatillo. I mean, you can't, I don't have my, hang on, there we go. Inside these guys. Let me see. Inside these guys is this little tomatillo. So after a while they start to do okay. There's a couple over here that have bigger ones. That one, see, you can see how it's wide. They're not giant, but that one's full. Full, full, full. So there's lots and lots of them on the ground. And most of those are empty. This one, these have a couple in them. Some small ones. So prolific. It's just took a long time for them to make the fruit. Okay, so here's another. What is this? Spinach here. I'm trying to remember. Malabar spinach. Look at this Malabar spinach. I had such a hard time with these guys. See, these guys stunted. But look, this one is fantastic. This one is just glorious. Wonderful. That one's doing well. This Malabar, that's the green Malabar spinach. And this is the red Malabar spinach. And it's doing a lot better. It's just not very leafy. Okay. And we'll come back over here. You can see hurricane damage there. Ah, here's something. When they were right before the storm, they were doing tree trimming. And I got a giant thing, you know, a whole truckload of chips that they chipped from our trees and the neighbors' trees. Okay, so this is that bed with that's Malabar, there's roselles. You can see the beautiful calyces in there. Now see the white stuff all over it, that's azomite. I was just working already before. And here's some more Egyptian spinach. That's all going to get rinsed off in a little bit. And then this is going to be a new bed, and I'm going to put rabbit manure. I've got a bunch of rabbit manure ready to go. So, I mean, that's where, I guess, one of the things, look at this, peanuts worked out really well for a late planting. And then, but these other greens that I had here did not do very well. They're supposedly good in the heat. They did not. Maybe I should have started them earlier. And then my Thai basil is still around. I'm about to harvest all of the seeds from those. And then my Genovese and sweet basil. I'm gonna harvest all of these seeds. You can see inside these little guys. See if I can't expose a seed. Inside each one of these little things is a beautiful little black seed. And maybe I can. See if I can get one. There's a seed right there. But there, I mean, it's just, these seed pods are full of seeds. There we go, seed, seed, seed. Easy to collect seeds. I can't believe my flat leaf parsley never bolted. And there we are. So that's up here. Let me go over to my front bed here. And this is my sweet potato bed. And I've been in that. You can see this. See, it's doing really well. I've got some sweet potatoes inside that are curing. I need to get a fork so I can fork this whole thing up. And it does exactly what you want it to do. Covers the ground and grows you food right there in your front bed. All right. And then here's the little experiment of peanuts, and they flowered, and I'm sure they sent down spikes. We'll find out how they did production-wise. And here I've got a couple of really good-looking pineapple. And then I've got some stuff trying to grow up here. I managed to root some really good scuppernongs right there. I don't know what I'm doing here with this deal. And then I've got some not longevity spinach. It's relative. I'm losing all my names. Because I'm not in the garden every day. It's a good tropical, but hopefully it's gonna live. And that's it. Let's see. So for now, that's it. The rest of the yard, I've got a whole bunch of hurricane stuff down, and I'm working on getting everything back into working condition. For now, I'm just going to start getting these beds ready for kale and winter crops. So maybe I'll do a little fast forward and you can see me do a bed real fast. All right, stay tuned.
The soul is best that story. Well, that soul is just a ride. Well, the soul is just a ride. Well, that soul.
It's you can see I didn't pull every root out, so I'm doing an experiment there. The flatleaf parsley have got these really great roots that are under the ground that maybe they'll live through the winter. Wouldn't it be great if I didn't have to plant that crop in the springtime and I could just keep having it come back? We'll find out. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant right over top of it and put some probably some kale or something like that over top of it. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'm out of here. I hope everything's good with you guys. I hope you're recovering from the storm if you had the storm, and keep on growing stuff. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye.
Well, I saw it's just a ride. Well, I saw it's just a ride. Well, I saw it's just a ride.
Greetings and welcome back to my channel.
It's just a ride.
And my phone just went off.
Well, I saw it's just a ride. Well, I saw it's just a
Seeds.
ride. Well, I saw it's just a ride.
Oh, it's terrible. Let me come back.
What I saw is just a ride.
All right, let's try that again.
It's just a ride. Just a ride, just a ride with a song. It's just a ride. Well, I saw 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 it's just a ride. Just a ride.